So I have a question here from Justin. Justin, let me see what's his full name. Justin Pang. So he asked this question. Hi, Shifu. I have been following your classes, mix of live and recorded, and I find it helpful to my practice. I have a question I would like to seek clarification from you. My question is, if everything is empty in nature and has no self, then is having the belief in reincarnation tantamount to having a wrong view? Usually, reincarnation is linked to a person having a soul, which is it? It is contradicting to having a self, right? Thank you. Yeah. So, so this is an interesting question. Yeah. I was just explaining the other day in another class about how in Buddhism we usually use the term rebirth instead of reincarnation, because to incarnate, it means to become flesh. Literally, it has that meaning. So to reincarnate, that means to become flesh again, and it has a bit of the connotation that there is something that is without flesh, and then you take on the form with a flesh. And usually in most religion, that actually has the idea of incarnation, or reincarnation. Then it involves a soul which has no flesh, which is without flesh, and then to take the form of a flesh. But never mind the mechanism, never mind that kind of implication. But the question here is, wouldn't that be equivalent to a wrong view, since there is actually no self? Yeah. So a similar question is, if there's no self, then who takes rebirth? Yeah. So whether it's reincarnation or not reincarnation, most people have difficulty wrapping their head around it, to think if there's no self, what takes rebirth? Yeah. The notion is that there must be someone who takes rebirth. It's just like saying, you do good things, you do bad things. Then in future, you get the results. Now we usually have this mindset that it's you who get the results. If there's no you, no self, then who gets the result? Another way to look at it actually is, instead of thinking that you get the result, we are the result. These 5 aggregates is the result. It's not that apart from the 5 aggregates, there's a we, and then apart from the 5 aggregates, there's a separate result. This is the result. This is the result. But this is not permanent. Yeah. If it's permanent, then you are a human being forever. Yeah. If it's permanent and you get reborn in hell, you're in hell permanently. Yeah, forever. Then if maybe not in hell. If this is permanent, then what if you don't like your face? Every day wake up, you look at the mirror, how come I'm born with this face? Or maybe you want to be taller, cannot be taller anymore. Yeah. But that aside, so it is precisely because it is no self, that's why rebirth can take place. It is precisely because all things are empty in nature, that's why we can take rebirth. Yeah. Karma itself is possible because of emptiness. Because actions are the cause actions, the supporting conditions, and that's why you can have the result, the dependent arising result of the rebirth. But because the rebirth is empty in nature, that's why it can change. Even while you are a human, the rebirth of a human is not fixed. It's empty in nature. And that's why you can start as a baby, start as a fetus, then grow into a baby, then get born. Okay, maybe not when you are not born yet, it's not a baby. Is it baby? Fetus. Yeah. Then born, become baby. You see, even this process is quite funny. Before you come out of the mother's body, not called baby. Yeah, still called fetus, is it? But come out, then come out halfway, the head is baby, but the body not baby. All just name, it's all just a name. Yeah, all just a name. So I find that to understand how rebirth can take place without a permanent self, easier to understand if we look at our present life. Yeah. If you can understand the present life, then you can understand how the life after life happens. If you cannot even understand how you go from today to tomorrow, how you go from yesterday to today, if you think from yesterday to today is a permanent you, there's a you that is permanent that go from yesterday to today, then you cannot understand rebirth. If you think that there's a permanent you from today to tomorrow, then you cannot understand rebirth also. If you think there's a permanent you from the time when you are a fetus in a mother's womb until today, then you are crazy. You're clearly deluded. At least from yesterday to today, maybe it's confusing. But from expectancy all the way until now, it should be clear that it's not permanent. How can we think that it's permanent? Yeah, it's not permanent. There's no permanent us that is moving from moment to moment. But Sifu, from moment to moment, it seems quite permanent. Yeah, okay. Ken, I will grant you that. So imagine this keyboard, okay, from QWERT all the way to YUIOP. Like imagine if this is Q is your child, your child when you are a fetus. Then W is your baby. E is when you're in primary school. Then R is when you are in your 20s or you're a teenager. T is when you're 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Okay, so just nice. From Q to P. Actually, more than that. So if you were to zoom in, then moment to moment, if we think that moment to moment is permanent, it's the same, never change. Then moment to moment never change. Then how did we change from baby to now? You mean we never change, then suddenly, don't know, I don't know why. I was a baby just 5 minutes ago, then suddenly I look at the mirror, I look at the Zoom meeting, I become white hair already. What happened? Hey, yeah. When I log in, Sifu, and I start meditating, I was white hair, I was still young, got boys going after me. Then I finish, I open my eyes, I'm an old woman already. I'm grandmother. What happened? No, ma. Yeah. So this is the illusion of permanency. Yeah. Moment to moment, it seems permanent. I'll grant you that. Right? It looks quite permanent, doesn't seem to change. But if you think about it, if moment to moment never change, then second to second shouldn't change, ma. Then if second to second doesn't change, minute to minute shouldn't change. Then if minute to minute didn't change, then hour to hour shouldn't change. Hour to hour didn't change, then day to day shouldn't change. Day to day didn't change, then week to week shouldn't change. Week to week didn't change, then month to month shouldn't change. Month to month didn't change, then year to year shouldn't change. Year to year shouldn't change, then we shouldn't have changed. We should remain a drop of blood. Yeah, 师父, I was a drop of blood. How did this happen? Yeah, so try to understand this first. Try to understand this first. If you cannot understand this, if you reflect on this and you cannot understand this, then don't bother about rebirth. Yeah. But if you can understand this, then when you go further to think about rebirth, then you will know that it makes sense. But you notice I use the word understand. Huh? If you can understand this, then you can understand rebirth. That's different from seeing. Yeah. So understanding is just contemplation. 闻思修. Yeah. Now you listen to what I described. Does it make sense? If you think it makes sense, that's just hearing. 闻 only. So you must go back and reflect yourself. If you reflect until, yeah, huh? Yeah, huh? Then you understand why rebirth can take place. But that's still not seeing. So you must be able to see that from moment to moment, indeed, it changes. There's nothing permanent from moment to moment. Yeah. If you can see moment to moment, then you can see between this life and next life, how is it? But still, that requires the jhana. Yeah, that requires jhana. Yeah, without jhana, you cannot see the between life. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, so this is to answer this question. Just nice, 8 o'clock. 愿消三障诸烦恼，
愿消三障诸烦恼，
愿得智慧真明了，
愿得智慧真明了。
不愿罪障悉消除，
不愿罪障悉消除，
世世常行菩萨道。
世世常行菩萨道。
阿弥陀佛。
阿弥陀佛。
Till we meet again, may be guided and protected by the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And as always,
乖。
have a reflective day ahead.